In today's video, I'm going to walk you guys through the money-making machine 20-foot trailer build that we use on all three units across the board. So let's break down the GX630 build and the way we kind of systemize everything. So like I mentioned earlier, they're all the same. We try our best to systemize it. In the scenario this one breaks down, we're able to just yank it off, and we have one waiting inside the shop. Take this one to get it fixed, repaired, or whatever, and put the other one on. So you have the fuel line that leads. Both of these engines lead to the middle. We have a tank in the middle. I believe it's 15-gallon tank capacity. So they fill up once throughout the day, and that's good for 13 hours throughout the day. We have all our pumps plumbed the exact same way. We have our bypass line that leads over to the main tank over here. This black line that you see is the one of the other engines. So exactly built the same way. We run VRT3 unloaders on all the engines and 1-inch barbs on the pump that goes back to the tank over there, which I'll show you in a second here. That does it for the GX630. Pretty simplistic build. Let me jump on over and we'll see you guys on this side. All right, guys, so let's talk about the tanks. We got our step 1 and step 2 on that side. We had these these frames that actually sustain the tank really nicely. We had our welder do that. You can zoom in a little bit closer so the guys can get an idea of what to ask for in the scenario you guys want to do this in your trailer builds. But really all it is, it's strap steel with an angle frame here. And at the bottom, come this way, Rick, right over here on this side. At the bottom, that's what we have. It's like an angle frame with 1 bolt on each. And it has four of these angle frames, okay? Step 1, step 2, these lines are the ones that will lead to your remote box, your 2-step gun, or your reel back in the back to your downstream injector. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna go over the 2-step gun a little bit, the ones we're running and how we have it set up. But come a little closer over here on this side. So we have like I talked about earlier, it's a 1-inch barb, 1-inch line across the board on all our units. And we have the inline filter that leads to the pump, right? On this side right here, we have our drain that spills out the water, ultimately leading over here on this side to a 2-inch T that splits both tanks. 1 inch here, 1 inch here. We reduced it from, if I'm not mistaken, this is 1.5 or 1 1/4. So take a good look at there, see what you guys need. If you guys want to run it like we do, take a good look there. And right over here, Rick, you want to zoom in, get onto the top over here. We have a 2-inch right here that bridges over to the rear tank. And obviously we use steel straps only. The steel strap that's right here. You want to go with steel, and don't make the mistake of doing the yellow straps because it's going to ruin your tanks. We learned that the hard way, guys. So steel frames only. Let's head on over to the middle of the trailer. A downfall of these trailers is the maintenance. So the brake pads go out often. The equalizer, we swap them out every year. The equalizer is the one right over here in the middle. Check that one out, Rick. This one right here, we swap that out. And sometimes the leaf springs also tend to go bad. So keep that maintenance expense in mind when you're looking into trailer builds and loading them this much with 1,000 gallons of water and shit close to 110 of chemical. So let's head over to the back on this side. So in the back, since we run 2-step guns, as you can see, we just have the 2-step hoses laid out really nicely in the back. And then we have the racks up at the top over here. So let me show you guys what this is about. The reason why we have these elevated is because if we were to leave these down here, the pressure of the chemical from our tanks, if this were to stay open, this check valve ultimately won't stop the chemical from coming through here. So if your lines are here, the pressure's coming from over there. Ultimately, it's just gonna be pushing chemical out throughout the night. And right now is a perfect example. Look, watch this. Over there, you see that? It'll be spilling all night. You won't even know. So you'll come back 15 gallons under. So try and elevate your 2-step guns. That's a downfall of the check valve. That's why we set up these racks right here that go real nicely. Oh, and we prefer to go with linear guns, guys. Linear guns, swivel at the back. Our 2-step gun right here. Let me put this back. Sits perfectly right there. And you're probably wondering why we have a small jumper hose right here as opposed to just connecting it directly to this sewer line jet hose. So when the guns are positioned up here, it tends to put a little bit of tension on here. So that's the reason why we've always used this small little jumper hose that goes on here. In the scenario this bursts, we have a backup, swap it right out, and we always try to protect this line because these are a little bit weaker and tend to give out sooner. So that pretty much sums up the trailer build, guys. If you guys have questions, post them down at the bottom. Another thing that I didn't mention is all our units run with a 2500 Cummins. We had a dually, but I don't know, we just didn't like the dually. Much heavier, much harder to maintain. But these 2500 Cummins have done well for us, and shit, I really prefer them over the Chevys and the Fords as far as work trucks go. Personal preference is Ford and Chevy, to be honest. But work trucks, I think you can't go wrong with Rams. But that's my opinion. If you guys have questions, post them down at the bottom. We'll see you guys in the next one.